What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. I'm on the other side of the camera for the intro, but I want to show you something. I had this old Conan the Barbarian, Schwarzenegger sword for a long time sitting around. And what happened is I gave it to somebody and they absolutely trashed it. They got it wet at a campsite using it, and then they threw it in a sheath and left it there for a long time. And as you can see, nothing good came about it. As a matter of fact, all this, it like crumbles. There's parts of it, you can see that just fell behind it. It's crumbling and crappling. So what I want to do is I still have some pretty good meat all the way to about here. So what I would like to do is turn this thing into a Conan the Barbarian short sword. And that's what I'm going to work on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start grinding, take a bunch of this off, and I'm going to show you where I'm at once I get to a point to where I need to start shaping it. So stick with me here on this one. It might be pretty cool. Oh, boys and girls. Apparently I can't hold this in one hand and try to get my grinding done. But you see the process. Alright, so phase one is complete. I'll tell you what, it could look like a really cool gladius if I want. And I'm wondering if I should cut it down here. But I don't know. I might keep that hand and a half, that two-hand handle going. But now that I cut this piece off, and you can see, I mean, some of it is just pretty much see-through right there. It's pretty bad. They let this thing go to crap. But grinded it off, and now I got this piece of crap here. But this one right here looks like I might be able to do something with it. You know what I mean? I got some steel in there. And who knows? I might just be able to turn this into a pretty beastie blade. It's pretty heavy still. So I know if I cut down the rear, that would lighten it up some. But as for now, I got to shape it, I got to sharp it, and I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do with the rest of it down there. I don't know, because I really like this. And I mean, moving that up might be a pain in the butt. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. So far, so good. I'm going to keep on going, getting some work done. I can hear my grinder over there waiting for me. Okay, so it looks like I have my shape all set up. You can see how beautiful that tip is looking, really nice and round. Obviously, I have a whole lot of cleaning up to do, but you can see how it's starting to look. It's starting to come together. It's starting to look like a nice short sword. It's very gladius-esque, but a little different. I did put a edge on there right now. Not the greatest edge, but an edge enough to where it should be able to chop through some stuff. So what I want to do is before I do more work on this, I just want to go chop something. So come. Well. First test went all right. I stuck it in the log. So let's see what we can do damage-wise. All right. So little chop action on this guy right here is actually pretty good. Pretty good to start with. Man, I hit it and that thing shot right at me and hit me in the knee. Look at that. So let's see. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can't take a couple whacks at this. Now, I know they broke when the guy took it. He broke the hilt right here where the wood is, so that's making a little bit of noise. But I think what they were doing is he was chopping down trees with it while it was still full, and it just wasn't made for that. So my job is going to be to make it for that. Definitely I'm going to fire off. Look at this thing. This thing is chopping, man. And I have to say, the edge I put on there, even though it's pretty much temporary, and I'm going to be redoing this edge, it cuts. It is definitely a cutting edge. I just ran it all the way up there. What I'd like to do is, I want to see if I can, I don't know if this has got to unscrew, I'm assuming, from somewhere. There's a pin in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out that pin. I'm going to take it apart, get off all these brass fittings, and who knows, maybe I'll just start from scratch from down here. And if I like it enough, I might just grind out here, put some handle scales, and turn it into a dagger, you know, from there. And I think that might be the best bet. That might actually be pretty badass. So, you know, I'm probably not going to do all this today, but this is a good stage one right here to get started. And I have to say, so far so good. And look at, even from the tip, you can see my new cut is still sharp. It's sharp from just the chip, chopping with just the tip, that angle. It's sharp, man. That right there is pretty good. Don't let me thrust that into you. You don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to do some more work. Now I really got myself thinking on making this into a dagger. And I'm thinking if I do that, that might make one pretty badass dagger. And that leaves me open to doing anything I want for scales. And I like the thought of that. So I'm going to work on this. I might just take the whole thing down. And you guys will see when the project is done. All right. All right, so here we are. This is going to be the blade. I knocked off the rat tail, and I have this piece left, and I was thinking about doing a sword, like almost like a short sword, maybe even like a gladius type. But what I did is I rounded the tip because I like the look better. And what I think I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see the pencil lines. I was just given like a semi ready to where I'm going to carve it. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to cut this off right here, come up, make a nice grip there, and then I'm going to put some scales on it and make this thing one really cool dagger. As you can see, the steel is nice and thick. It's a pretty fat blade, and it should hold an edge pretty good, as long as you don't leave it in a sheath for 2 years after using it in the wet. I think this is going to be a really cool rugged blade. I started cleaning it off, and then I thought, holy crap, what if I can maintain that patina and just have it look really, really cool? And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish up the edge, hit the scales, cut off what I need to cut off, shape the handle, put it all together, and that should be it right there, because so far, so good. That thing is pretty tough. So that's going to be my dagger, and I'm pretty excited about it. This one's going to be cool. I'm digging the project, All the stuff that came off of it is right there. Knocked off the handle. There's the rat tail on the pommel right there. Then this whole piece, I was thinking about reusing these maybe, but I'm not going to. I might just save them for another project maybe. As for this guy right here, this is going to be a beast when it's all done. So stay with me. Well, obviously you're going to stay with me because it's coming up next. I'm just pressing pause. All right, so here we are. I just gave it some more shape. Looking pretty good. I wanted to do like an old school, like a Santa Cruz skateboard type tail on it. And I'll tell you what, so far so pretty good. I made my holes for my pins. So I am just about ready to start handle construction. And I have to say, this thing is looking pretty brutal. Man, oh man, it's looking like a menacing blade, and I am digging it. Holy moly, and I just almost dropped you. So All that's left is, you know, put on some handle scales, form the handle scales. I'm probably going to use a just a nice wood, and then I'm going to maybe do a burn-in stain or just a stain. I have no idea, but I'll tell you what, so far this is coming out nice, man. It is just nice. And once I get the handles on there, then I'll take it back out to the sander, and I will shape up those scales to match, and we'll see where we go from there. Stay tuned. Well, actually, you don't have to stay tuned because it's coming up pretty soon. All right, so I know what I'm going to do. This piece of wood right here is from my house. This came out of the attic where the maid's quarters were, and I broke down a bunch of the wood and used a bunch of it, and this is what I'm going to use to make my scales. Cool thing about this wood in this house here, my house was built in 1771 by a guy named Captain John Porter, and George Washington came to my house once as general and then once again as president. So I have had George Washington in my house, the home of this board, twice in his lifetime, and I think that's pretty cool. So if walls could talk type thing. So if I want to make a cool old school style blade, I should use some cool old school style wood, and I want to make a dagger that George Washington himself would have been proud to carry. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use a piece of this, the old wall board, and we're gonna make I'm gonna make a handle. So hold on, check this out. All right, so we're getting to a point where I'm starting to carve out the handle. You see how thick it is right there? It's got to come down a whole bunch, but the shape is there. It's coming along. Look at that, man. It actually, for my hand size, doesn't need to come down too far, but it does need to come down more. And that right there is pretty tough, man. We're looking at, I don't know, I can't remember what I measured it at. Just about 11. I think it was 10 5/8 inches in the blade. And I'll measure that again and get it down. But man, we are getting to the point of a knife. It's coming pretty quick, pretty quick. This thing is awesome. It is awesome. Once I get done sanding all that down, I was out in the garage doing it. Just started getting cold, so I had to stop for now. But look at that. Look at that. It's coming. It's coming. I'm almost at a dagger. Not too bad. Not too bad. True full hand construction. Yowza! All right, let's keep going. Well, this is what we have. A nice, beautiful shape in the handle. It's going to work out very, very well, I think. I just need to, put some final touches in the sanding, but not too much, because I kind of want it a little bit rugged. And I have to say, it is pretty awesome. And I was going to leave all that patina, but I think I might clean it up a little bit more just to make it a little better. And then I'm going to go down and throw some stain on this guy. Right now it's like, oh, my cat just climbed up me. Holy moly. She's evil, man. She's evil. But look, man, I'm well enough over 6 feet to where if a cat jumps on you from the ground and I'm standing straight up and she jumps straight up to your shoulder and clings on, you're gonna feel it. But all right, so let me just finish this up and I'll show you the end product. All right, look where we are now. Put some final glue on there around the pins and just into some of the gaps, and look at this. Look at this. You can see that's shining and good. I even put a little dbad on there, a little Donnie B all day. Nice dbad right there in the wood. I did clean up some of this steel. I didn't make it polished, but I wanted to take away some of the patina because I wanted patina, not just straight up rust. So I think it looks a lot better like that. All that's left to do is to wait for this to dry. That's it. Then just throw a little sand, a sandpaper, probably right there where the glue is drying. But who knows? It does. It dries clear. This is 5-minute 2-part epoxy. It does dry clear, so maybe I won't even take sandpaper to it because I don't want to knock off any of the stain. I love the dbad on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch up the edge a bit, take it outside, and we'll do a proper Donnie B All Day knife test. All right, so check that out right about now. It's test it time for the old dbad. I am running out of daylight, so I'm going to try and get this done. This thing is awesome, man. All right, so the glue isn't fully set, but I'm running out of time out here, and I want to get this done today, so let's do it. Man, that was smooth. That was super smooth. Holy mackerel. Look at that. Does it have an edge on it? Yeah, I'd say it has an edge on it. Holy moly. Look at that. Look at that. All right, so the edge I put on, so far so good. Let's keep going. Let's see if it holds up to some of the tests I give the other knives. Let's do the 4-foot drop test. That's a solid blade, man. My Conan, that's what I'm calling it, by the way. This is my Conan dagger. All right, because it came from the Conan sword. Look at that. Let's do some downward throws, test my scales. Ooh, God, that is massive. Ugh. Oh, took a big chunk out of that wood there. Let's do some prying here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How's my tip look? Hooty doody. All right, so it's looking pretty good. It's working pretty well. I'm going to try a vacuum cleaner hose with my custom blade here. It actually went through. I just short shot it. Look at that. Look at that. Got some rope here. Woo! I think I missed. I did miss. Woo! I got it that time. Hammered it right down in. Let's see if I can actually, I need a piece long enough to grab onto. Let's see if we can actually cut with it. Let's see how this edge is. Yeah, oh my goodness. That was actually pretty sweet. Let's double it up here. Let's double it up. Man, oh man. That's homegrown beauty right there. Decimated. Decimated. That's a beast. That's a beast. That glue is all over my hands now. That's Donnie B All Day beast. All right, so let's bring it over to the tree. So this is a single purpose blade pretty much. This is a combat knife. This is an old school fighting knife, that kind of thing that you would have seen some Vikings with, or some Italian soldier, some badass knife that's just going to get the job done. That's what this thing is. Well, let's see. Wow. Wow. I'll tell you what. I made myself a chopper. Whoo-wee. Let's see. This thing is so meaty in the hand. Oh my gosh. It's like having a hatchet. Let's switch sides. That's the other side here. Oh my goodness. Guys, look at this. How's my handles? Still on there tight, no pin loosening. Glue's not even set. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see if we have any edge damage. No edge damage. There isn't a single roll, a single flip, nothing going on in that edge that shouldn't be there. Yes, this is awesome. That's upside down. Some dbad action right there. Oh my goodness, I love the action of this blade. It is so, I mean, the recovery is awesome. I wish you guys could feel this. This isn't something I could recommend and you go to the store and you say, yeah, pick one up and feel for it yourself. This is a one-off. This is a custom, one of a kind, all me all day. Gosh, this thing is awesome. This is a thruster, a chopper. Man, this is a defensive blade, an offensive blade. This thing is awesome. I wonder if I could throw it. Let's check. All right, so it's obviously going to be my first time throwing this blade. See if I can't get it to turn around. Oh, I hit the tip. That's a positive sign. Oh, I hit the tip again. It's just so big and heavy. It was having a hard time staying in. Man, that one was more flat. That was more flat than tip. I got worse instead of better. That was, all right, here's a positive note though. I hit the side, right? There's no loosening, no breaking, no damage. No shit. All right. Gosh. This thing's taking some abuse day one. Oh, that's all on the tip. That's all on the tip. I'm gonna back up. Ugh. I don't know how much more abuse this thing can take. I mean, look at this thing. It is taking a beating, but none of the beating is doing anything to it. Holy mackerel. Well, I know it's tough. That's for sure. Well, it's not a thrower. I wonder if I could try a no spin throw. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to give it, oh, maybe one more. I always say one more and then I get it. This thing did not get. Yeah! All right. With a little practice, the beast will fly. So the old Conan, you see everything's still in touch. Intact. Nothing is loose. I did a damn good job. All right, so let's go do one more thing and wrap it up. Okay, so this is first and foremost a fighting blade, right? So that means I need to be able to thrust, go through and rip apart flesh. Thrusting is no problem. And now just dig through the flesh. Just push in. If it can cut through cardboard, it can cut through skin. I want to make sure you guys have that in the angle. And then just push. That ripped all the way down through this box. No problem. So now this edge, this blade, did it take any bending at all? Nope. That thing is dead straight. The edge looks still brand new. It's got sap on it. No chips, no rolls, no dents, no dings. This thing held up really, really well. So, what does that say about me? I got sap all over it. I mean, look at how much abuse this thing took. I've got sap everywhere on there. But none of the wood broke free. It stayed together. This is a Donnie B All Day custom right here. This is as good as it gets in my house anyway, because I only have a cheap sander with old sandpaper on it, and I've got a grinding wheel, not even a good grinding wheel. If I press too hard, the thing stops. Man, I'll tell you what. Oh, and I have a Dremel. That helped out too. But that's it. That's all it took. I used 3 tools, and I was able to make a dagger that I would easily and gladly and proudly take into battle. I would use this any day of the week to fight with. This is an awesome fighting knife. What it's all about. This is how it should be. Sharp on both sides. I can rip, I can tear, I can thrust. Hoo-wee! This is awesome. So let's get it that way so it can be read. This is a dbad knife right here. This is Donnie B all day. I'll tell you what, guys, it came out pretty badass. What I think I'm gonna have to do is I might just have to start making my own knives, and I mean I'm still gonna get a bunch of the ones that you guys are interested in seeing. Don't get me wrong there. I have a bunch coming in. I have some that just came in that I have to go over. I even got that cold steel thrower, man. That is beautiful. I'm gonna have to put some air behind that one pretty soon. Oh, I still have a cold steel SRK and San Mai steel I gotta bring you. I got all kinds of stuff. I got the Legionnaire buoy coming at you. I got all kinds of stuff coming, so stick with me. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm just proud of this. This came out really good. It's a beater, a banger, and this thing is a straight up death machine. This is a killer right here. Gosh, this feels so good. If you got some old rusty swords that you want to make something nice with, this is easy. This is easy. You put in the hours, and it's going to come out pretty badass. All right, so that's my blade. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.